Hello, and welcome to the Love Your Work Life podcast. I'm your host, Elissa Shuck. Whether you're going for that next promotion, looking for a job, or making a career pivot, I'll teach you how to navigate it all so you can have the career you want. Welcome to episode 68. One of the really interesting challenges in an interview is trying to get all of your value across to the person you're talking to. That could be in the initial screening call, it could be the panel, it could be the hiring manager. One of the things I know you're thinking is, how do I let them know that I'm perfect for this role? How do I let them know that I can actually do all the things that they need to have done, to perform well, to show up, all of it? And occasionally what happens is when you get into an interview, then you are trying to talk too much. You're trying to cover all the bases in your answers. And when you try to do that, all you do is water down your message. When you're trying to be all the things in that moment, it's too much. A brain can't handle that much. And so I want to talk to you today about how you can actually get all your value across and more without jamming more information into your answers, and doing it in a way that actually feels very, very natural. The solution to this is curiosity. It sounds so simple, but if you think about it, the best conversations happen with curiosity. The best conversations happen out there in regular life. And let's face it, an interview is just a conversation. So the more that you can transplant how you operate in regular, real life conversations into an interview, the better it's going to be. That's why helpfulness is an awesome frame of mind to take with you into an interview. Understanding. I always think of Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. One of those habits is seek first to understand, then be understood. Once you kind of understand their side of things, what are the problems? What are the goals? What are the aspirations? Once you have that, then you can seek to be understood. Then you can put your message out there, showcase how you can help achieve all those things, solve all those problems. So how do you do this? How do you find a way to engage your interviewer, say just enough, and create this comfort level, this give and take back and forth between two human beings who are having a really intriguing and interesting conversation? The number one thing you can do is ask questions. And like I said, questions from a place of curiosity, from helpfulness, from understanding. Because when you do that, you are being the consultant in the room. You're being the guide in the room. You don't have to be the hero and go into convincing anyone of anything about you. In fact, convincing energy oftentimes doesn't work. You know when someone is really pushing you and trying to convince you of something. Think about that. How does that energy feel to you? Well, when you're doing it in an interview, it feels that same way to someone else. So you don't need to do that. What you want to do instead is listen and interject and ask questions all along the way. Now, I'm going to put some questions you can ask in the show notes, but I also want you to be thinking throughout the interview, when a question comes to mind, you need to clarify something that they said, or you're curious about something that you read in the job description, then ask it. Many times you can ask it when you think about it. Don't worry about, oh my gosh, I might interrupt them or something. Listen, people talk back and forth, right? That's conversation. It's two people sharing ideas and information, and it's a back and forth. It's not a volleying of a tennis ball between two people. It's engaging. That's how I want you to think about this. How could you make the conversation more engaging? Now, you might think, and I won't say this is untrue, that it is the responsibility of the interviewer, the recruiter, the hiring manager, to create an engaging conversation. And yes, ideally, that would be the case. But when you are seeking a job, when you are going for that promotion, I want you to own your piece of that, to take responsibility for your part in that conversation. Because I'm telling you, as a former hiring manager, the best interviews were the ones that were conversational. And I did my best to create that conversation. But I also engaged, I also talked with candidates who were really good at that too. And man, that whole thing, that interview got elevated to a completely new level when it was a give and take. So if it's not happening naturally because of the way the hiring manager or the interviewer is responding to you, you own it. You take responsibility for it. And asking questions is a great way to get that ball rolling, to get that conversation momentum happening. Asking questions, even as simple as, tell me more, or I saw something on the job description that I'm really curious about. May I ask you? And then roll out your question. If you have a question about something on the job description, highlight it. Have it ready to go. When they describe something to you and a question pops into your head, ask the question. You don't have to wait till the end to ask all your questions. So many times, interviewees, job seekers, feel like they need to be the hero in this conversation. And I'm telling you, you don't. That puts a lot of pressure on you. If you go in thinking, I need to cover it all, I need to be the hero, I need to have all the answers. It actually reminds me of that old movie, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and the theme song by Tina Turner. In the lyrics, it says, we don't need another hero. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. And what does that mean? It means all they want is success. All they want is to achieve their goal, to get out of the Thunderdome. Listen, that's all a hiring manager wants too. All they want is success. All they want is to see the pain points relieved and the problems solved and the goals achieved. You don't need a hero to do that. All you need to do is paint a picture about what it's like to work with you. And that happens in conversation. That happens when you're just doing your part, asking for context, asking for clarification, and even asking some of those super intentional questions that will uncover leadership style, team dynamics. These are the things that create that opportunity for a natural conversational give and take between two human beings. That's what's happening. Imagine that you already work for this person and you have a problem, you have a situation. Maybe it's even the weekly one-on-one. What does that dynamic look like? You've done it before. So when you carry that thought process, that attitude in with you to an interview, that you don't have anything to prove, that you're just showing up to talk and share your knowledge and exchange ideas. So powerful, my friends, so powerful. So think about that. Take that on, wear that outfit in your mind in a job interview. Because when you paint this very clear picture of what it's like to work with you, what it's like to share ideas, achieve goals, now they understand who they're hiring and the pieces are put together. It will help you stand apart from other candidates. No doubt about that. Because the combination of all the skills, traits, strengths, experiences that you bring to the table, combined with showing them what it's like to work with you on a daily basis, you're helping them picture you in the role. And that's what you want. You want to give them the opportunity in that short amount of time to have an experience. What about you makes their life easier and better? That's the goal. Show them life beyond the Thunderdome. What does it look like to have it all in place with you as a member of that team, moving goals forward, advancing the vision of the company? Go for it. Next time, just walk in like this is a regular conversation between two people. Ask your questions, get your information, and make engagement through curiosity, helpfulness, and understanding the primary objective of that interview, and you will raise the bar. You'll elevate to a point where you will not be forgotten. You will be the person that's top of mind because of the experience you gave that interviewer. All right. Until next time. If you like listening to this podcast, and you are going to love my program, Job Search Field Guide. This is a unique opportunity. I offer group coaching alongside a 5-step process to help you land a job quickly. So I hope you will join me in Job Search Field Guide. This is going to be revolutionary to your career journey and your job search, and you get lifetime access. So find it at elissashuck-careercoach.com, and I will see you there.